Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And yes, I have finally made it from getting off of my lazy butt and making another video for you guys. This set is 75299, also known as the Trouble on Tatooine set. It has 276 pieces. I got this set back in February, and I said, alright, I'm going to review it next week, and the next week, and the week after that, and so on and so forth. But here it is, finally on display. This set comes with 2.5 minifigures. Of course, everyone's only purchasing this for the 1.5. That is the Mandalorian and Beskar, and the Baby Yoda minifigure, also known as Grogu. But he is technically a baby casting and not a actual minifigure. I know some people call him a minifigure, but getting technical. Um, he's not a micro figure there, because the micro figures are little statues, but I digress. This set also has 3 mini builds. The first of which is the speeder bike, which is definitely my favorite out of all of them. It has a little pouch for Baby Yoda Grogu to sit inside. It has a really neat building technique on the side. I think they've really improved their building techniques with this bike, and I believe they're doing something similar with the Bad Batch shuttle that's coming. It has come out just now on August 1st. You can fit the Mandalorian in this seat right here and give him his little pedals. It is quite a bit of a process. However, I would do a speed cut, but I'm already invested. So I'll just put his other hand in here quick. I struggle. Alright, there we go. So he has his little handlebars there. It's not perfect. Obviously, if I had more time, he'd be set in there better. But yes, he can lean back in the speeder bike and zoom around. The most interesting thing about this bike is actually not really anything major, but it is that on the bottom you have two white 1x2 clear tiles instead of the regular 2x2 smooth tile that usually goes on the bottom, so you can ride it across, which means it's posable, but it's not very playable because it'll stick to any stud format. It still kind of works, but it scratches up pieces. I just found that interesting. I don't know if that was really a necessary change, but they did it anyways. Um, the next build here is actually this ballista with a spring-loaded shooter on the top. It is actually a silver this time, which is kind of neat. We don't get it in that color too often. Um, and you just fire it like that, and it ricochets off my wall, which is great. Like this wall needed any more abuse. If you've seen any of my live streams, you know what I'm talking about. Um, but we have this ballista here. There's nothing really else interesting to say about it. It has some really nice shielding pieces in the front. As you know, this is in the episode where they try and kill the giant alien monster, and I know you guys are all going to go away at the comments on telling me what episode that is, but again, I digress. This is a pretty neat little build. And then we also have this hut right here for the Tusken Raider minifigure, and we can put his staff right here in this holding piece, and he also has a fireplace where he can warm his hands on a cold night. And I say fireplace um, as a very light term. It's more of a pit, but in any sense, there is a bone, and I did set it in the pot, but I don't know if it really belongs in the pot or not. And I'm assuming this bone is kind of a joke as to the fact that they eat a lot of raw meat and they just kind of tear it off. But yeah, that's a cute little bone piece that they threw in with this pot mug thing. I don't know if you'd call this a pot or a mug. Leave a comment down below and tell me if this is a pot or a mug. Uh, we're getting to the bottom of only the most important things. But speaking of important things, the coolest part about this tent is that it actually has a really cool building technique that allows it to slope around. So if you really want, you can have it straightened out, or you can fold it up like this, and you can take staff out and fold this up, and you can carry it around if you want to play with it. Of course, I don't think many people really care about the playability of the tent, as they're just getting it for the minifigures, but nonetheless, it is kind of a neat feature for those who desire it. That's pretty much it for this set, actually. I guess I could show you guys a little bit more of the Mandalorian. I think I'll do that in a cutscene so I can repair all the things I've broken in the last 4 minutes. So first we have the least exciting in the lineup of minifigures here. We do have a Tusken Raider, an extremely simple body print here. I believe we've gotten him in multiple recent sets, along with Farm Boy Luke. He's probably one of the most common minifigures you can find. He's been in countless numbers of sets. I'm not sure if this staff is new or not because I actually don't have any other versions of him. But he does come with the little staff on that side, which is neat. But again, he's just a Tusken Raider. And quite honestly, he's not someone particularly looking for. So let's move on to the next minifigures that you guys actually care about. Now, before I go on and move on to this next minifigure, I do want to reinstate that the Tusken Raider has threatened my life and my family, so I have to say that he is the most wanted minifigure in the set, or else, hopefully, I won't be held captive for too much longer, and he'll realize his own mistakes, as I do have police on speed dial. In any case, here is the next minifigure that's not as impressive as the Tusken Raider. This is the Mandalorian in Beskar armor. He has a new helmet design, arm printing, and the whole shebang. He does have some back printing, but of course people won't really see that much because he does have a gray cape. And it is a very neat minifigure overall, and surprise, surprise, they keep forgetting to print his face, even though we've seen it in 2 episodes, at least. 3, I believe. So I will put that helmet back on and cover up that, for some reason, unpainted face, which is quite irritating, I must say. And we'll look at the next half of a minifigure that is, again, not as impressive as the Tusken Raider. Here is Grogu, or Baby Yoda, in all of his beautiful glory. And as we can see, he is extremely small because he's used as a baby piece, which, sort of works, but people would have really loved and own his own custom print that would have been much more appreciated in the world. We do have limited printing on the front, of course, that is extremely lackluster. His head is the most exciting part, and they did end up making him look incredibly cute. However, his body is pretty disappointing. Can't move his arms because it's a baby minifigure. But remember, he's not as impressive as the Tusken Raider. So to take this set into review, I'd split this into 3 separate categories. First, builds, then second, playability, and third, of course, minifigures. Now, of course, we would start with minifigures because all hail the Tusken Raider, and I really hope that someone can save me soon because he's still holding me captive. Don't be fooled by this clearly innocent face on his wonderful printing. Um, but I would say to rate the minifigures as collective, definitely not hinting at any minifigure being better than the other, even though the Tusken Raider is the best. I would give it an 8 out of 10. The Baby Yoda mold is a little bit lackluster, and Mando not having a face is kind of disappointing. But other than that, I think these minifigures are pretty much perfect. Looking behind that at the builds, I would say it's pretty great to have 3 builds in this set and not 2, as most typically $30 sets are. But other than that, it's not super duper exciting. I like the bike's new innovative designs, but of course people weren't buying the set for innovative build designs anyways. So I would give this a solid 7 out of 10. Playability, on the other hand, with both the minifigures and the builds is off the charts because there's so many functionalities. The only thing I complain about is again that there's no smooth tiles on the underside of the speeder, which would bring it down to a 9 out of 10. I really think this is a great set for little kids because there's so many play features in this set. So that'll do it for today's video, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I know I have been a little bit all over the place this video. It's been a long time since I've been filming, and it is a long night ahead of me. I do plan to have a live stream with Ethan's Bricks if things go well tonight as of filming this video. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one.